Over the past 2 weeks my game has received massive improvements I want to introduce to you guys on this video. The game is Villages on Wheels, 1 unit RTS, where you move your village to gather, build, fight and trade with other villages. The list is so big I don't even know where to start. Anyway, the obvious starting point is sound effects, since you can hear them for the rest of the video. I created 13 of them myself in FL Studio and used 6 assets. Here is a quick playthrough of them. For the most part I am happy with the results, but I definitely have to iterate on some of those later. The sounds made gathering a lot more rewarding and gave character for different buildings. For the combat I added floating damage numbers and implemented critical hits. I also created a hazard icon, which shows if a building has an active effect on it, but for the time being I have only created a fire hazard. I implemented Fog of War, which hides Gatherables and other villages out of sight. Now the scout camp building has actual value, since you can't just spot everything afar. This was one of those features that I haven't bothered adding for so long, but in the end were easy to do and added so much real game feel. Another massive addition was the minimap and the bigger map, which you can see while holding tab. The map data part of the tab panel is still missing, but I will work on that soon. The map shows a terrain height map, the border and icons for different things in the game. It can also adjust to the game area, so it can fit any map shape in the game. The normal resource spots are left visible to the map, since they are permanent spawns at the start of the game. Every other thing will disappear from the map when they move out of sight. Next up we have the talent tree, which I maybe should rename to research tree. Anyway, all villages will receive talent points over time, which can be spent here. I planned over 70 of them, but for now added 22 across common, combat and trade categories. The lower talent rows are unlocked when enough points have been added to the category, opening much more powerful upgrades. The talents made the gameplay much more fun, as I could plan which upgrades I want for my playstyle, adding a bit more depth to the game. Small but impactful improvement was finally creating the building weight and capacity system. Now each building has a weight, so you must consider your options and can't just add everything to your village. For the last 15 months I have been creating this game. Collecting villagers has been useless up until now. I added a villager benefit system that has tiered upgrades you unlock at certain amount of villagers. Each tier adds something new as well as make the previous benefits stronger. The last tier adds V Lucky Many ability, which gives you a buff that increases all positive chances by plus 10% per source. So for example, critical hit has a base chance of 5%, that gets plus 10%, and the accuracy talent adds another 10%. It also gets plus 10%, so the buff increases that chance 20% as well as any other chance rolls. Pretty powerful ability if you ask me. I created the diamond and blueprint collectibles, as well as the wood plus and stone plus resources. Diamonds can be used in trading, and some buildings construction need blueprints. The actual blueprints are not blue, since they are actually history magazine pages related to the backstory of the game. The plus resources are used for buying upgrades inside the buildings, but I haven't created that system yet. After I had added these new Gatherables, I had to visit my computer player logic after a long time, so they would seek them out and collect them. During the process I also improved the NPCs by not having them wait for the current task, for example moving to a spot before deciding new action. Now they are more reactive and might not move to a resource spot when it's already been emptied. Also they now collect orbs, which makes them a bit more menacing. What a few weeks it has been, definitely the most productive time of the project so far. Here's hoping there are more weeks like these. If you made it this far, thank you so much for checking out every feature. Subscribe for more devlogs and to follow the journey towards a complete game. Bye.